Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July 19th, 2022. Shout out to my nephew. Happy birthday to you, Talik. And all those who have a birthday today. Anyway, I'm here to work on the car. I'm going to probably do the emergency brake cables today, as well as change some of these rear brake hose lines, and kind of get that tied up. Still waiting for parts from my cousin. Haven't heard back from him. Still waiting on the axle, rear brake calipers, and everything like that. As you can see in the bag here, I have the hoses, replacement hoses here. Sorry, ain't nothing special, just the hoses for front and the rear. I'm not going to do the front today because, as you can see, the car is jacked on the tilt, and I don't feel like jacking up the front, getting new jack stands, putting that there. I don't feel like going through that, so I'm just going to leave the car as it stands right now, worry about the back, and then when I'm done with that, get that on the ground, move to the front, replace those in the time being, and do what I got to do. So that's the agenda. That's all on the agenda today. Wish me luck. I'm trying to get as much done as I can before I got to go back to get my daughter. And yeah, so like I said before, unfortunately I don't have my GoPro, so I'm not going to be able to show you things in like a time lapse, but I'll try to document as much as I can, as best as I can, so we can kind of keep up to date and keep with the pace. It's supposed to be a hot one today. It's not too bad right now. As you can see, it's shady here, so that's good. And yeah, so I'm going to get the rest of my tools, get started, and wish me luck. As you can see, a little bit rusty here and there, but I'm going to take out this right here and the one underneath here, and then I'm going to get a pliers to pull out the spring, and this whole assembly should come off, and then I'll just have to pop the pin out in the back and take it from there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a step-by-step type of thing. For now, like I said, I'm trying my best to do this. I'm filming this from my cell phone, as well as trying to work with one hand. Okay, so bear with me, but that's what I'm going to do. So in the next clip, it should be up. Knowing my quote-unquote luck, this had to happen. So I'm removing the drum, or whatever you want to call this, and the bottom spring broke. So now I will have to get another spring, and I doubt they sell it at any of these stores, which means I will have to probably go order another one. And yes, I can still put it back together, but that's another thing I have to remember to get and replace on this freaking car. So yeah, I'm going to continue with removing this. So now that the shoes are off, it's time for me to remove this piece here, pull out the pin, and remove the old emergency brake cable, put the new one in, and then reassemble this. Sucks. Anyway, yeah, just giving you guys a quick update of what's going on. Okay, so the one thing about having a car, or projects in general, is like a good 60-70% of the time things don't go as planned. Anyway, so far so good. I got the new emergency brake cable in. I gotta remove it right there where that little cup is. For some reason the old one got rusted to that, so I didn't really remove it, so it's just there in place. I got the new one in right here, like I said. About to put the dowel pin back on with this whole situation, and then try to put this all back together. Got the top spring, like y'all know from the other clip. The bottom spring broke, so I have to order another one. Then they have like a spring kit sold online for like maybe like $10 from FCP Euro, so I might just do that. But you know, more money being spent that I don't really want to spend or have. Let me stop. But so that's that first part. I'm gonna go tidy this back up, and then move to the next. So you guys, I was talking about everything is good here. It's aligned. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, I broke the bottom spring, so I cannot put that bottom spring back on. I have to order one. But this side is complete. I'm gonna do the next side, and then after I finish doing this parking brake cable, I'm gonna just replace those little hoses here and probably call it. I was considering jacking up the front of the car so I can try to do the front hoses, but it depends on time and how I feel. But yeah, okay, this is the driver's side. This side looks a lot better than the other side, so hopefully it goes a lot easier. You know, I want to tackle this with some lessons learned from the other side, and hopefully this side will be a lot quicker. At least that's my hope. And I'm debating, I'm really thinking I might just jack up the front of this car. If I could find the other orange jack stand near the shed, I'm thinking I'm gonna just do it, just to get it up off the ground and maybe take off the front wheel so I can start doing those brake lines. But like I said, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but that's what the plan is. So yeah, in the hyperlapse, I was trying to do the same procedure before, and I was able to, you know, bypass a lot of the other legwork that I was doing by pretty much just taking out the top spring, loosening up that pin that holds the shoe in place, and kind of expanding it that way. So it gave me enough room and leverage to get the work done, so I didn't have to take the whole thing out. And I ended up stumbling across that by, you know, a little bit of a mistake here and there, but it worked, and made things a lot easier for this go around. So like I said, lesson learned. So this side went a lot easier. Everything's locked in. Cable has been changed, routed in the back. Now, what made this side easier was that when I was trying to remove the top spring and I removed it, I had easy access to this plate right here with the pin for the emergency brake cable, and I was able to remove it. You can see in the hyperlapse or time lapse, I was fidgeting a little bit because that little pin was sliding back and forth. So what I did was that I loosened this up, which gave me more play on this side since the top spring was off, and I was able to maneuver this piece back into place, put everything nice and tight, and reattach the spring. So this side is completely done. And now what I'm going to do now, take a quick little break. Then I'm gonna start tackling those hoses, like I said, in the back, get that situated, and then if time permits, I'm gonna jack up the front of the car and maybe take off the wheels and get that going. But so far so good, and I'm feeling time permits, and the weather is so beautiful. Thank God that even though it's a hot day, the car is covered in shade. There's a beautiful summer breeze, so I don't feel hot. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna replace these hoses, the ones that I can have access to in the back here now. And then, like I said before, I don't want to sound like a broken record, I'm probably gonna jack up the front of the car. I might not do anything in the front right now, but at least getting the car up, you know, it will set me up for the next time I can start tackling that, because I really just got to get the other brakes done, pads. I'm still waiting for these axles, like I said, and the rear brake calipers, because then I can put the wheels on in the back, tighten up everything, get it going. I'm really pissed off about that spring, man, especially seeing how fast this side went. If I didn't mess with that spring, I could have been, you know, Gucci and felt like, all right, everything is good, this part is done. But it is what it is. Gonna have to order that tonight. At least it's like only like $1, but now I'm gonna have to pay like a mad shipping just for that garbage. But I'll maybe find something small that I might need to order to just make it at least free shipping. But yeah, man, it's getting there. So I'm gonna start doing this. I don't think I need to film that. It's just hoses being unscrewed and screwed back on. So I think you guys get the point. Yeah, man. Question for you guys, and I know like I like to do this, but you know, just random question. As you can see, my interior is destroyed. Not because it got messed up, because I took it apart. And hopefully I remember how to put everything back together. I'm going to clean up a lot of these components. Going to rent some stuff to really like get into the detailing side of things when it comes to the car. But I asked this question already. As you can see, my driver's seat is toe up from the flow up. Okay, need to get this fixed or replaced. And I just wondering if you guys know any place that's local. I'm in the New York City area, so anywhere in the tri-state area will be fine. Where I can take this in there that's inexpensive, that can probably help me get this seat repaired. Whether they take it off, well, the stuff that's in there, maybe it's the springs in the back that's making it loose, I don't know. But I really like to keep the chair, keep this interior and stuff like that. Also, I don't remember how the radio sound when I was driving it that one time. I'm probably going to replace the radio anyway, the head unit, and I want to upgrade the speakers. And I know yesterday, Mike, you talking about all this extra stuff and you ain't got the car drivable yet, but it's drivable. We'll be getting there. But you know, I like to plan ahead of time. So I like the way those rear speakers look. I don't want to change that and put some like aftermarket cylinder joint in there. So is there a way to retrofit something like that in there, or to replace those or repair them, or if they're just really good still, I just rock with them? So these are little questions that I'm asking to the community. So that's in case you guys know anything or know someone or some service that does it, please let me know. Greatly appreciate you guys' help, and as I said, I'm going to continue on with this stuff here and fill you in when I'm done. Okay, so real quick, as you can see, here's the new line. like butter. That's the new one. Everything's tight on this side. It goes under here, and that's tight. So I'm gonna do the passenger side now. Then I'm gonna jack up the car, and if I can get to the ones in the front, without having to do a lot of extra stuff, I'll do that. If not, I'll just wait till the next time I come. But so far so good. Pretty intuitive, self-explanatory. So everything's going smoothly right now. I'm happy with the results. So here's the old ones. Here are the new ones. This side was a little shaky getting it on, but everything is tight. Hopefully when I put the brakes on and I bleed everything, there's no leaks. Please, I hope there's no leaks. I don't want to have to deal with that again. Only questionable part is like right here. We'll focus on right there. Look kind of sketchy. You know? I just hope there's no crack standing leaks from there. I'm gonna have to replace these lines. Fortunately, they're not long and crazy like the other ones from the front of the car, like I had to do before. But still, I don't want to have to do it if I don't have to. But I think that's gonna be it for today. I might still jack up the front of the car, but I might not touch the front today, but just to get it ready. But that's it for now.